Turn. Extras and options. Replays. Duel 1. Dino versus Pingu. Let's go. I'm excited. You're excited. This is the 21 Duels challenge where a number of so-called revolutionaries face off against a lot of really strong and less strong, I suppose, duelists trying to defeat all of them without losing all of their lives. Now, this is going to be the first so-called arc, which will be 7 matches, or yeah, what should I? Best of ones. And some of the duels will actually, or the duelists will actually repeat themselves. For example, Pingu is playing twice. Thanks Onyx. I think Pingu is playing twice actually. We can have a look at the schedule after this first match. But as of yet, the Red Dinosaur is already starting with a little dirty play. 5 farm, double Lizard Warren. And Pingu has seen this and is trying to get his scrolls up. Here's the scout. Is he gonna make a pick? And I think Red Dinosaur wisely backs off there, tries to get a little bit of reinforcements, only taking 1 shot from the pig on the lizards. He tries to go into the squirrel actually, but another one pops out, and all of the lizards, except for one, get taken down. And only 1 or 2 squirrels went down, so that's a favorable trade for Pingu. Besides that, all of his farms are already up and running, so Pingu is definitely ahead here. And the Red Dinosaur is getting his farms up right now. He's gonna use this squad of lizards to try and keep Pingu at bay, because he knows he needs to buy time. He knows he's behind right now. Trying to make a pick. Is he gonna get? He gets the farm. So that's 60 food for 60 food trade, but mining time lost, or farming time, I should say. And Pingu, however, has had the advantage in terms of farms, so has been able to put down this little Falcon Warren, and his army is starting to look fairly dangerous, especially seeing the army of the Red Dinosaur. Getting another tier 1 up right now. He swapped out one of the Lizard Warrens for a Squirrel Warren, and Pingu is just getting ready for an assault, it looks like. Went ahead, get more ahead, does not apply to Pingu. He just wants to end it right here, right now. However, the Red Dinosaur has put down some mines, which could turn the tide completely in this kind of battle. Puts down a Warren, doesn't let him. The Falcon goes down actually. The mine's not having an effect just yet. Warrens are being used as a buffer. Mine takes out one of the toads, which is great for the Red Dinosaur. It looks like he's actually successfully defending here. Onyx is saying Dino should lose now, but this attack has put the game right back at the center. I think neither player is ahead right now. Let's take a look at the map. We have this odd little campfire that the Red Dinosaur could potentially take. Has he scouted it? It looks like he has scouted it. Decides not to get it though. He wants to get a little more army up right now. And Pingu has a really easy expand down here to his northwest. The harass coming in from Dinosaur. Sorry about this little noise. Can he get that ferret out in time? Those toads, oh, the mine shot's doing tons of damage. All the toads have been taken out. I think Dino can take this fight. Here we go. The Falcon's doing tons of damage though, and the ferret's being too slow actually to really pack a punch in these smaller armies. That was definitely a good trade for the Red Dinosaur though. Those mine placements were very efficient, very effective. Still no expansions. This has just been a 1-base slugfest from both sides. Dino trying to get some of the poke in. Pingu moving around the mines. Does he know they're there? 1 squirrel takes down the mine. That's an equal trade. I think the Red Dinosaur needs to get more value from his mines than that to deal with those toads. Still no expansions. This is so strange to see. And a Falcon Warren finally goes down. And here is that campfire. The Red Dinosaur feels safe. He's saying, it's 5 minutes. We need to get that economy up and running. Or keep it up and running, actually. One more scroll going down. Pretty good harass from the Red Dinosaur. But is this fair going to go down? And the fair does go down. And now he's angry, running in with all of the... Oh, this looks terrible. A huge army of Falcon and Scrolls. There goes the Warren, the army. Rallies all of his reinforcements coming in, taking down the Warrens. There's no way for the Red Dinosaur to build an army right now, and this campfire is not really getting any value. That's game. Game number 1 goes to Pingu. Which means that the challenger, or the revolutionary I should say, Dinosaur, has lost his first life. Life. I should say that. So, going here, and that means Dino was at 3, but he lost against the first match against Pingu, so now he's at 2 lives. And I think the way it works... Hey Jet, welcome to the stream. You're now in bed and all comfortable, that's great. You should be comfortable watching a little tournament like this. I recommend you make some pizza, order a little bit of whiskey, everything should be fine. Let's go to the next replay. Because this is how it works actually. You need to beat a player in order to advance, obviously, since it's a 21 Duels challenge. And that means Dino has to play Pingu again. Whiskey and pizza in bed. Yeah, you should try it. It's pretty good. Alright, here we go, guys. In the northeast corner, it's the Red Dinosaur. And in the south position, we have Pingu. Looking at the bases right now, Pingu has an incredibly defensive base. However, his deck is not running a tier 3 right now. So, while this is an advantage, it's not as large as it would have been if he was packing, or if he had a deck containing tier 3. Anyway, the Red Dinosaur has some nasty little water down there. Fortunately, he has plenty of space to build Warrens though, and this expand is pretty damn safe. Or it's like way safer than his main base actually. So, the Red Dinosaur is just doing what he does best. Getting his Lizard Warrens up. What has he seen so far? He knows that this base is super defensive, but Pingu has placed his Warren in front, so has to cancel it, get it down in the back, and this is the Red Dinosaur's only opportunity, I would say, to get some damage done. He is on 6 farms. Pingu placing down that turret, but it's going to be too late. Turret goes down, that's 60 food. The farm goes down, that's 120 food. Only 4 scrolls. One of the pigs is almost dead. Can he get it? He gets it. Almost gets out. That's 5 lizards for 180 food in terms of, or food value. However, he did lose some mining time, but he has definitely been more efficient. Is Pros Extreme showing under the TNT Twitch tag? I have no idea. Is it showing under the TNT Twitch tag? Jet Erickson is saying that the safe base is in danger of Falcon raids, and perhaps we're gonna see that. That would be great. Some little Falcon sniping. Right now the game is stabilizing. It's 6 scrolls, 3 lizards versus 9 lizards eventually. Both players' food values are fairly even. The Red Dinosaur is up 1 army. Not anymore. the game is essentially even right now. And this is a chameleon warren right now for the red dinosaur. And Pingu decides to get his falcons up. Oh, that's so dangerous. Against lizards. You're against lizards, Pingu. And this warren is so unprotected right now. Oh, I feel scared. And yes, I keep saying mining farms because I'm a StarCraft nerd like that. But it's definitely farming in this case. Alright. Let's see, the first chameleon is out right now. What's the red dinosaur gonna do with that? It's gearing up to get a falcon. Getting a nice well-rounded army with some tanking from the chameleon and a falcon in the sky to dish out all the damage. Pingu has some toads up, which are actually fairly effective against chameleons. Getting another toad warren, which I think is correct actually. Neither player is running the healing unit, Pigeon. Some scouting going on for Pingu. He wants to know, is that second mill up? Red Dinosaur wants to know if the tier 3 is going up. And Pingu is currently on 180 food, placing down a chameleon warren of his own. Red Dinosaur is posturing to get this mill, and he does. 60 food essentially lost temporarily. However, Pingu reacting with a mill of his own, and he had taken the campfire a little back. So he's going to be ahead slightly in terms of economy, and I think with the defender's advantage, it's going to be really hard for Pingu to mount a successful attack here. And Premium Bow is saying, who needs pigeons? Well, occasionally I do, especially if I'm running the wolf double, what's it called, badger, which I find to be fairly effective. Look at these falcons, so sneaky. He is actually, Jet has been right about this. The next level falcon play is coming out here, trying to prevent the scout. He does get the scout, it seems like. How do we do this? Huh. Okay. He did scout. His commander dying on the upper tile also revealed the 2 farms being placed after his death. Airstrike was so close to incoming, but the scout from Pingu was perfectly timed. He managed to see that in time and react to it. And Red Dinosaur was forced to pull them back to not risk having them sniped. Here we go. It's 4 farms against 4 farms, well 3 and a campfire. Both players really respecting each other, not going too aggressively on the economy. However, the Red Dinosaur is investing in these little turrets right now. 3 of them have gone down, and Pingu has not. He's just, all that food is in army for him. It looks like he's trying to find an angle from which he can attack, but this water is going to be really hard to get through. These toads are going to have a lot of trouble doing anything. Red Dinosaur is right there to defend. Everything's blowing up. 4 falcons doing tons of damage. This looks pretty bad for Red Dinosaur now. Actually, is that mill going to go down too? That's the mill going down. I think it actually was still farming a little bit, trying to hold on here with the rallies from his warrens. And Pingu is losing a little bit of his army, but not enough it seems. And the rally coming in right now. Is this end of the game? This is the end of this game. And Jet saying the chameleons being in a very bad position there and not being able to really do anything, and that is actually pretty tough. What a game. It was a lot of build up, and then that final fight, it was over so fast. I'm surprised that the Pingu was actually able to make that work across the water with his chameleons and his toads through a turret. So unfortunately, this means that Dinosaur is now down to 1 life. down the wire. I am going to get myself some water because I'm running dry. If you have a sink in your bedroom or working room, you will never want a working room without it because it's so convenient. Cheers. Alright, so more replays. 3, Dino versus Pingu, Duel 3. There we go. Can the Dinosaur do it? He has to take down Pingu this match and the next match in order to actually start fighting someone else. I wonder if he's gonna do it. He's not actually running the lizards right now, so that has been his strategy the last 2 games. First game didn't work out for him too well, but his mine placement was good, so he was able to recover from that. And then the second game, his lizards made a beautiful pick on a warren that had to be placed elsewhere, and then he was able to take down 2 pigs. But this game he's not actually running the lizards. I'm taking a look at chat here. Sync is great. Still in Discord. Remember, blow up, then down, see the game again. Radio Projects. I'm not sure what's going on. Can you talk a little bit more about Dino's deck choice? This game is so interesting. Alright, so the deck choice, Premium Bow. Red Dinosaur running Squirrel, Lizard, Pigeon, Snake, and the Badger. This deck has a lot of potential in the late game, of course. Snakes allow you to deal with enemy tier 3s. Not as much with the fox, but you are able to deal with badger, boar, and owls usually. However, if your toads don't get a good connection or anything, and the enemy is running skunks, it's gonna be hard to fight in the mid game until you get your badger up. And then the deck for Pingu is running Squirrel, Toad, Pigeon, Falcon, and Chameleon. I have not actually played a lot with that deck. I think Snake is definitely a weak unit to start with unless you're doing a particular rush. If your opponent knows how to deal with them, at least. It looks like he's getting a lot of value there, getting all of those tags on different squirrels. But now the tier 1 army is getting strong for Pingu, and I think he will be able to fend off his snake fairly easily. The second one's coming in with a squirrel here. So you really have to make good picks, because now on the retreat, pigeons are going down too, and he's only on 5 farms, ladies and gentlemen. While Pingu has successfully deflected this initial attack, getting up another Toad Warren. I have to secretly admit that the Red Dinosaur is definitely behind right now. Even though he has a strong tier 2 unit up, I don't think he can use it to poke right now, because the squirrels will just be able to deal with the snake super effectively. It would have been different if he had skunks, because the gas would be able to take out all the squirrels, and with the pigeon healing, you might be able to mount an offensive. However, getting more army and still down 2 farms, the Pingu is smelling blood. He is going for this. Even though snakes are great when defending, attack will not be removed until your unit is back in your own territory. But he moves out, actually, away from the defender's advantage, basically. Now he only has 2 snakes left against a huge army with healing. 1 farm going down, a snake going down with the right target fire from Pingu. He's trying to get that snake. He gets the snake. 3 tags will be killing those squirrels probably eventually with the reinforcements from his farms. But being down 4 farms, guys. Pingu wisely taking his army back, getting some time to regroup. He knows he's huge. He has a huge lead here. just needs to rally his units, get back together, and go for the final blow here. There are no mines from the Red Dinosaur actually, so he's not able to take a surprise attack after blowing half the army up from the Pingu. This is gonna be so hard to come back from. And this is Pingu. He knows what he has to do. This first toad actually gets a hit off, and again, oh my god, everything going down. No army left, and Dinosaur has to concede. That's game. Dinosaur is out. GG. This game was definitely interesting. I love the fact that the Dinosaur tried to make this offense maneuver work with an early snake and a pigeon. I've seen the gentleman do these things, and somehow it works out a little bit different. I think his timings might have been a little different, but yeah. That was the Dinosaur's run. He played 3 matches against Pingu. They were fairly, what do you call that? Lively, actually. Not too much of a farm game. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to pull out any wins. So next up is S. Woo. SkeletT, capital N, SkeletN. Chat interaction 10 out of 10. Don't check the chat. Wait. Are you serious? Did I never? Are you serious? Did I? Radio? Oh, that's what it said. Radio frozen. So I finally get it, because what I thought was happening was that the gentleman was listening to the stream but not actually watching it voluntarily. But then it turns out I didn't have the game on. I can't believe you guys are actually still watching me. All right, there we go. Best stream 2018. I don't know if I can do better than this, but I'm gonna try. Thanks guys for the support. I love you. This is so... I'm ashamed. Anyway. Here we go. Let's get those files up. You gotta remove these. Delete. I'm not gonna let you watch me do file stuff. I'm just gonna let you watch my drawing. See my drawing. Tooth and toe replays. SkeletN. Because if you can see the replays, that then also means you can see the file sizes, which might tell you some super secret information that you don't actually want to know, but you can't not look at it. All right. Am I on the game screen right now, guys? No. Am I still showing Discord? I'm not. I'm not, right? No, I'm showing the game. We're good. Do not touch. Do not touch anything. Here we go. I got an alert. What happened? The Boofy followed me. Thank you, Boofy, for the follow. I appreciate that. What's this? A game screen? Alright guys, enough making fun of me. Here we go. SkeletN versus Pingu. Duel 1. I'm glad you guys are as excited as me. I'm glad I finally can show you the game that we're casting. Here we go. Skeleton versus Pingu. I don't know if I've ever seen SkeletN play. However, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. SkeletN is running a little squirrel, toad, pigeon, chameleon, snake, owl deck. It's fairly, what do you call it? Whoa, here we go, another one. Jacobiobi, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Bring back Discord, bring back Radio Prozace. Dino3, I'm not gonna recast. What you could do actually is get the game, replay it, because I never pause it, and then you listen to me cast it while you actually are watching the replay. That's an option, of course, if you really want to see what happened that game. But I think there's better games to watch. Alright, here we go. Safe openings. The 8 farm Warren. And 8 farm Warren. Beautiful. This is what some players love to see. Personally, I like the aggression. What's up, Jacoby? Did I? We will never see Dino crash and burn. I apologize. No, unfortunately. Alright, the cancel on the Warren, getting the Falcon out, and another Warren. This is a fairly standard opening. I don't usually see Falcon first that often, and I think for SkeletN, actually the Snake first is gonna work out here, because I think unless it's a straight up fight, the Snake will be able to poke while the Falcon is not actually able to poke, so that's definitely an advantage here. Looking at the map, SkeletN took a little campfire here, and I think he can actually do so safely, especially with that high ground he has. A fairly defensive base. There's a second opening here, but it will be fairly obvious when Pingu is walking around it. Getting those Warrens up, not being any more greedy than he needs to. He really wants to not lose a lot of value in a bad trade because he took the campfire. So he's getting more of that army up fast. No tier 2s, just tier 1s. Pingu, has he actually scouted that campfire? It looks like he does. So he knows that 60 food was invested in that campfire, but he's not using this time to attack, which I think is wise. But then, do you take the mill? Or your own campfire? Oh, Snaker has come in. 4 tags on that Warren. I think that means it's going to go down. It barely, it's not actually going down. In a full-on fight here, Falcon's doing the job. This was a beautiful fight for Pingu. Let's reveal the map. Alright, that Toad Warren just surviving with 4 tags. It turns out you need 5 tags on a Warren with snakes in order to take it down. Or you need to space the tags. So you get 2, run out, and then get 2 more before the first 2 run off. Alright. However, for SkeletN, even though that fight was not too good, he does have that campfire, which is giving him a little bit of extra income. Now he wants to get his chameleons up, but Pingu has taken the mill. He will be able to plot if SkeletN is gonna play greedy or defensively. Pingu can just jot down a number of farms and be ahead 90 seconds later, when the farms will have paid themselves off. 2 farms going down. I think that's the right amount here. 1 tag every 10 HP. Mill only takes 12, 13 though, because the time it takes to apply tags. How many tags to kill? Oh, they're talking about how many tags to kill a mill. Yeah, so it's 5 tags to kill a Warren. But I think what happens is if you tag, wait, but before the tag expires, reapply it, does that allow you to kill a Warren with only 4 attacks? That's something I would like to know, because I think that's the case. I think the applying more tags actually refreshes the stack, so it will become 4 stacks, right? Alright, so wisely, SkeletN, in reaction to Pingu's mill, has now taken his own mill, plops down 3 farms, but his owl is not actually able to produce right now because of it, and Pingu does scout it. I think at least. He doesn't actually. He just barely missed it. It's right there. Another little sound. Woo! Gaviny Fox, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Resetting tags is good. Yeah, that's what the gentleman's saying. If you are able to apply a tag again before it expires, the damage will be reapplied essentially from the previous attacks, which is obviously really strong. But you have to time it right, and you can't always just do it, of course. But if you can do it, it's devastating for sure. All right, it's definitely turned into an eco game. Both players want to. Well, Pingu's not actually building his. Oh, is he gearing up for an attack? He's not. He is building more farms. He just wants to have a full mill. That's what he likes to play with. He knows what he can do with 1 mill up. So that's what he's doing. Pingu, SkeletN actually has an owl right now. He can get so much value with that army. Another follow thingamajig. How are you, Rune? How are you? I know you're. I think Onyx is easier actually, right? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So SkeletN. He's actually sort of on equal farms. This campfire is almost. Whoa! I'm missing the fight. A huge engagement, and the owl barely survives. Falcons and lots of squirrels are still up for Pingu though. How did I miss that attack? I got so distracted by the follow. Oh my dear lord. Is SkeletN gonna be able to use the value from his owl? His owl's going out! Owl goes down! No way! And the snake barely gets a tag off. Defender's advantage isn't gonna be enough here. There's 4 squirrels out on the map against 3 falcons and a mass of squirrels. Oh lord. That was over so fast. Owl micro. There was... Oh, that engagement. So that was Gavin Fox. Pro6 is way more hyped than I ever was. Thank God I made a good choice. Well, I appreciate that comment. That's yeah, but that fight was just amazing. It was over. Look at this. All of this build up right here. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Get another farm. Get that owl. Start poking. And then bam! 1 fight. It's over. Dang. That was really fast. So, in the end, Pingu with that massive attack didn't have an owl up himself, but he just completely crushed the army from SkeletN, and that was game. Alright. SkeletN is down to 2 lives right now. Everyone enjoy the drawing. Drawing. Back to the game. I'm getting good at this switching, aren't I? Alright. Radio Prozac belongs to the past. I can't believe I did that, and I didn't notice. I actually thought someone was... Yeah. Alright, so... First game goes to Pingu, which means we're gonna watch this one. Still on Duel 1. Second attempt for SkeletN. Let's go. Ah, so good. I mean, again, I'm gonna say this again. People who cast deserve so much respect because it's fun. It's a hell lot of fun with the crowd, but it takes a lot of energy. You need to actually train your voice, I think, because mine is starting to wear after 2 matches. It's like, oh my god. I don't know how Delphia's and Sakura and 8. How do they do it? I mean, it's just a lot of practice, right? But anyway, let's take a look at the player SkeletN spawning in the northeast of the map. Already going up to 8 farms, doesn't have his 9th queued yet. We're calling right now to get that. And in the southwest, it's Pingu getting that 9th farm. Both players opening with an... or 9th farm. What am I saying? 8th farm. Both players opening with 8th farm. Continuously scouting each other to be safe against any sort of cancelling and aggression. Getting that first Warren up. Pingu actually opting to get his Warrens right next to this campfire. Warrens first, but then get the campfire before the Warrens start building. That's fairly safe. That should be impossible for a skeleton to attack into. In a reaction, he decides to go for the mill, but no, he cancels, takes a different mill instead. I would have actually liked to see this forward mill because that it makes the mill in the back easier to take and harder for skeleton to scout actually. But back mill is also a fine choice. It makes it a little safer, have a little bit more space here. But Pingu taking this mill aggressively, he has a number of scrolls up. He wants to have the territory, but what is he gonna do? Is he gonna build a bunch of turrets? There goes 1 and 2 turrets going down. Oof. Here we go. It's 9 scrolls, but these turrets are up. And what is Skeleton doing with his money? He's just sitting back and getting 2 farms instead. And this means that the value of these turrets is essentially lost currently because they're not really doing anything, while the same amount of food is invested in farms for Skeleton, which is definitely gonna have an impact here. And the snakes are gonna be able to deal with these turrets fairly effectively if Pingu allows Skeleton to do so. Alright, Falcon going up, Toad's going up. Pingu wants to just end this game and end it fast too. No. Oh, dear. Getting more farms from Skeleton. This is greedy. He gets the farm, but he has a Warren building. And now the snake cannot be built from that first Warren because of that farm. So he's missing out on army value. And he needs it right now because Pingu is definitely looking to attack here. Now he's getting farms up. Oh, these players are continuously confusing me. I don't know what to think anymore. Smart thinking from Skeleton is the gentleman saying this mill can be attacked from the low ground with vision from pigeons, which is correct, of course. It's definitely more vulnerable. Alright, little trading going on here. Pingu is now getting up a lot of farms, and Skeleton trying to snipe down those defensive bullet hives. Alright, seems to be a little poking here. Toad's not getting anything done, and this is what I mean. Snake versus Falcon. Snakes can poke, healing is good, but this is the engagement. Falcon's going in. Toads are running. Toads are getting tagged, and they die before they explode actually. And now it's 4 tier 1 against 2, and the poking gang can continue for Skeleton. I think Skeleton has an opportunity here. Putting down tons of Warrens. Tons of Warrens. No tier 3, just gearing up for an attack, it seems, on this mill that's so close to getting... the Toads are very oppressive here. He has to retreat, otherwise he just loses his entire army. But it's costly, though. Retreating against the Falcons are actually able to make the snipes here. I think with a little better positioning, Skeleton could lose less and deal more damage. Oh, and now the lizards are out for Pingu, making it really hard for these snakes to poke effectively. And the squirrel army is just so large suddenly for Pingu. These extra farms are not going to be able to pay off for Skeleton. He gets the chameleon out. It looks like the tide is turning here. Is he going to do it? Is he going to defend? This is how Pingu has been winning these games. An attack with an extremely large force of squirrels behind it. He has 4 farms up, but the Skeleton has 5 now, but he doesn't have the campfire. They're pretty much on equal farms total this game. It's all coming down to the effective trading, getting tags on those squirrels, a lot of snakes, but they're low and there's no more pigeons to heal. A lot of squirrels take down the mill and limiting the territory for Skeleton actually. And Pingu is retreating. He has so many warrants up, he's just waiting for the army to rally, losing his snake, getting lots of tags in, while he's doing so. But losing the snake is so much value lost. He has, oh dear, he has 3 snake warrants. So his army is going to be mostly snakes, and I don't think the snakes do really well in a straight up fight if there's no tier 3 involved, especially against Falcon, Toad, Lizard, Squirrel. Those are definitely the units you do not want to fight with snakes, because the tags on multiple tags on a single tier 1 are definitely not worth it, and that's what a lot of snakes are gonna do. 2 snakes you can micro, but 4 snakes it becomes really hard to get effective trades, and this is what we're seeing right here. Pingu being really strong, taking down the warrants, is supposing to take down 3 pigs, and the snakes, they can't trade fast enough to get any value. SkeletN is doing definitely a good job of keeping those snakes alive and getting the tags off, but he is losing a lot of farms while doing so. Retreating, and it looks like he's losing a lot of army here. He just has snakes and some pigeons that are still alive. He's trying to make the most of the snakes he has. Pingu is on low economy, but his army is being built right now. Lizard and Squirrel armies definitely overpower snake armies. That is true for sure. Alright, here we go. Trying to get more value with the snipes. He gets 1 lizard, and this is what I mean. He gets a lizard for a snake, because he has to retreat. And now he's gonna lose the snake warrant, so another 120 food. And now he needs to get the tag, but it's too late. There's just no time. The mill goes down. The miraculous snake plays have not been executed. I think this game was well played by Pingu. It was a little strange, sieging up for an attack and then getting farms, but it worked out for him in the end. I think the army composition for SkeletN could have been better, but it was definitely an intense game. Unfortunately, this means SkeletN is losing his 2nd life and is now down to 1 life. The Pingu is looking so strong right now. These past games have been solid from him. Taking down Dino, and now looking to not let SkeletN pass through the very first duel. Game number 3, SkeletN versus Pingu, the first duel in the first arc. Let us take a look at the positions. Woo, that's hard. SkeletN is spawning right next to 2 little campfires, but there's high ground onto his mill, which could be bad in an early attack from Pingu. Pingu has a fairly defensive base with some high ground, but there's also a little bit of high ground on the edge of this, on the other side of this little valley. No campfires though, and the nearest mill is awkward. This is awkward. Have to go through the water or around this little place right here. It's really hard, I think, for Pingu to take an expansion. Is definitely not straightforward. Both players going up to 8 farms though. Standard openings, economic openings at least. Getting those warrants. SkeletN not being greedy this game. He wasn't greedy last game. I think that was Pingu doing the 2 warren, 1 campfire before building units. Pingu getting the scout off, and he's taking this campfire. What is going on? Pingu has a plan here, ladies and gentlemen. What is going to happen? SkeletN, he scouts it. He has to cancel. I don't know what. That was very unlikely to succeed, but I would have loved to see it. He has a plan. I'm sure he had a plan. Oh, that's why he was just telling SkeletN to take that campfire. Is he gonna take 2? Oh, he's gonna take 2 campfires, isn't he? Nope. Gets the worm. Nope. Gets the campfire. There we go. It looked like he was taking it. You can always tell if the commander is just like, I'm at the campfire. I'm still at the campfire. You just know he's gonna take that campfire. Pingu though, getting the tier 3 up for that 60, that 120 food that was invested into these 2 campfires from SkeletN. Getting his own tier 2 up. However, it's right there in front, next to the campfire that Pingu wants to strip away from him. So if that happens, that means he's also gonna lose the snake worm. So this is all in, all or nothing. The defender's advantage is definitely doing something for SkeletN, but it doesn't look like it's enough actually. All those units damaged from Pingu, but is the snake worm gonna get targeted? Nope, Pingu backing off. I think that might be wise, considering all his units were damaged. Letting them heal up and just means basically he's getting extra value from those units, and the healing is free. However, now there's a snake out from SkeletN. He also has toads up and pigeons, but Pingu's army doesn't let the pigeons get any value in a straight up fight because it's just so focused on damage. There's falcons, there's toads, squirrels, and lizards. There's not any time for these pigeons to do effective healing. I think SkeletN has to play defensively here. He's definitely economically in the lead. He just needs to sit back and use his defender's advantage to the fullest. And it looks like that is what he is going to do, getting more tier 1. I like this decision. What is Pingu going to do in response? He is building up more army. He's gonna try and scout, see what SkeletN has. This is what he sees. Some snakes and a lot of tier 1. What's his response gonna be? Get chameleons? Get more lizards. He's gonna get 6 lizards and 2 falcons. He has the food for it. It's 4 minutes 16 into the game. What is SkeletN doing? Getting more tier 1? That is... Oh, he gets those chameleons. Does he have time for those to pop though? Let's see. I think around the 5-minute mark is when Pingu wants to attack. And he's gonna poke forward a little bit. So much tier 1. I think if SkeletN feels safe, if he feels like Pingu does not have a mill up, he should just be defending here and get that tier 3 up. Exactly what he's doing. I really like this play from SkeletN. It seems solid. But as he puts down the tier 3, he moves forward with the army. And the toad connections are decent, but here come the toads. Oh, and there's so many things going on. The snakes, the squirrels, and here's the chameleon getting so much value. I think this fight was alright for SkeletN actually, even though he just put 180 food into that badger. But now he has to retreat. Now he lost the fight. He's gonna lose this campfire. Is the falcon gonna be enough to take down this chameleon too? Does he retreat the chameleon in time? There we go. I think this was sort of fine. However, if Pingu can defend this mill, which I think he might be able to, that could be bad for SkeletN actually. Because we talked in the beginning of this game, we talked about how awkward the expansions for Pingu were. So if SkeletN has a strong... And here we have another engagement. A lot of squirrels, toad connections, the chameleon doing some tanking. The pigeons are completely useless, I would say. If that were just 2 more squirrels, it would have been a way easier fight for SkeletN. And it's really... Oh, and the snake trades for the falcon, 2 more squirrels. Army's trading so evenly here. Now it's going to be a lot of burrow cancelling. Warren cancelling. I think that's what should happen here. Let's see. There's a little army. SkeletN is building units all because of this campfire. Pingu is trying to get this this farm up. Is he gonna do this fight well? SkeletN, is he gonna not let those? He's doing this well. He's trying to poke. He has his snake up. Snake is invaluable. Or, I think, what do you call that? When you really cannot afford to lose it right now. It's going to be so valuable to have that snake and do a little poking because his army looks to be stronger than Pingu's actually. And and the mill goes down. This means Pingu is now starving. He's trying to mount a final offense and take the fight. But like right now, SkeletN just has so much stuff. Chameleon's tanking those toads. And the snake tags are going to be super important here. Snake is going down. This is actually bad for SkeletN. And now it's just pigeons dying. All the pigeons die. He doesn't have an army. And how is Pingu doing this? He is starving though. He needs to get a mill or a campfire up ASAP. But he also needs to make sure that no army is able to spawn. The toad gets a connection. One more scroll going down. The toad starts shooting. And that's game. That is game. This was an amazing game. I just cannot comprehend. Did Pingu just surrender there? Did I not have the game on? God fucking damn it. Okay. I'm the worst fucking caster. Worst cast of all times. Check. Alright. I have to hit the fucking. Just don't switch to the drawing. I know the drawing doesn't really add anything. Fuck. That match was so good though, guys. I love that there's like 10 people viewing this stream. There's not actually anything to see. Alright, I wanna, because this game was so good, I kind of want to do it again. But is it alright if I just do a quick, is it alright if I do a quick version of this match? I'm gonna do a quick version of this match, skipping to the important parts, because I definitely already spent a lot of time talking about this game. I'm so mad at myself. Am I on the game now? I'm gonna look at chat. Spoiler, someone wins. No spoilers. Alright, here we go. Standard opening was 8 farms for both players. Then they went up to a Warren, both players. And Pingu doing the weird thing with the campfire. I mean, right here. He just goes here and then boom. Takes the campfire. But he doesn't have turrets. He doesn't have moles. So, yeah. Weird. But then, SkeletN actually, he scouts in, Pingu cancels wisely. And then getting 3 Warrens each. Falcon getting the... And then this is where SkeletN gets both of the campfires at the same time. And... let's see. Pingu hasn't scouted either. And then he sees it now. And one of them is already running. So, getting some value back. It's 9 squirrels against 9 squirrels. Because of the tier 2 from Pingu, that allowed SkeletN time to get up those campfires. But then here comes the attack of Falcon and 9 squirrels versus 9 squirrels. Defender's advantage is decent, but apparently not enough. The focus fire from Pingu is really good, letting his army heal. There we go. And this is the large recover and build up army phase. Army. Lots of army. But then here's the income advantage for the SkeletN. This is where Pingu tries to get the mill up. And then here, oh dear. Almost too late. So what are the army dolls? 20 scrolls for SkeletN. A chameleon and 2 snakes. And he moves out to take this mill just as he put down this badger thingamajig. Which is weird to me, but alright. And then I think a slightly inferior army actually for Pingu. Well, let's look how it goes. Toads explode, getting a decent hit off. Snake's not getting time to really do anything. And for some reason, Pingu actually manages to take the fight and all the pigeons go down. He takes the fight. He takes the campfire again. But here is the community. 1 scroll. 2 scroll. 3. All for free. Best unit confirmed. Alright. And then we start to build up some more army. And then here's the second fight. Fight. Lots of fighting. Here's the snake, and the snake can get a lot of tags with the correct micro. He tries to pull it back. He does manage to save it there. And is he gonna get... He tries to get a tag here and escape. He does get the tag, but he doesn't escape, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. And I don't know if I like that trade. A snake versus a falcon in this situation. I think the snake is definitely superior. But it's all so clutch in the moment decision making that you don't have time to decide on that sort of thing during the match, really. Only when you get to reflect on it. So now slowly poking at this mill from Pingu, and the snake is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No way to defend. 8, 9. Boom. Down. No answer from Pingu. And now he's starving. And this is the final fight. A very small army value for Pingu, but for some miraculous reason manages to do a lot of damage. Correct that. He manages to take out the entire army from SkeletN. The entire army. A falcon and 2 scrolls. Scroll goes down. Warren's being targeted. Pingu decides to go for the mill, and then boom! A toad, a pigeon and a scroll spawn. Toad explodes. Pigeon is not doing anything, and then Pingu surrenders, and I'm like, whoa! What happened? I think with a cancel on one of his warrants and taking a campfire, Pingu would have actually been able to still try and win the game. However crazy that might sound. But he doesn't have all of the information, obviously. It was a crazy game for sure. So this means that SkeletN advances to Duel 2, actually. Alright. And guess who the duelist is on Duel 2? Who knows? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yup. Pingu go back to base, sell some of his warrants, and then get a campfire. He would have definitely had a chance. Alright. Duelist is actually Pingu! Alright. Are you guys ready? Because I am. SkeletN versus Pingu, Duel 2, Match 1. Spawning in the northwest position, we have a Pingu queuing his 5th farm. As is standard. No mole shenanigans from this player. Spawning in the east, we have SkeletN. Also, simply going up on farms. That's what we like to see as civilized Tooth and Tail players. No crazy lizard strats. No squirrel rushes. No mole shenanigans. Just plain old economic gaming. There we go. 8th farm queued. 8th farm and queued. This is about as standard as it can get. Alright, so SkeletN has seen the upper half of the map pretty much. Pingu has seen approximately the same. Skeleton is missing one of the mills. Gets down to Warren, and I think after you scout Pingu here, and you see all of these farms up, you have to feel safe. This has to be the point where you want to scout the rest of the map. In this map, there's not much to see though, except of this little sneaky campfire. It's gonna be fairly hard to scout. I don't think there's a path through this actually, so you have to go through the base. Alright, triple Warren versus double Warren mill. Selling it. Getting a tier 2, I suppose. Tier 2. A little fake out by Pingu there. Skeleton getting a mill in response, quote unquote. This game definitely needs more moles. Pickpocket is saying, or the gentleman is saying, better map for blue despite the extra campfire. Better map for blue. He has definitely the majority of the gristmills next to his main, while Pingu only has one. In the long run, definitely favors Skeleton because he simply has more mills that are accessible. However, usually games tend to go 1 or 2 mills, and this high ground could be fairly useful when retreating for Pingu, as well as making it hard for Skeleton to see when he's gonna attack. So Skeleton, not being too greedy, just gets 1 mill, 1 farm. Pingu decides he does not want to, or he wants to get the mill in case he needs to farm up. In case Skeleton is being too greedy, however, he can cancel the mill and get more army and try to siege. He has a ferret up, ladies and gentlemen. The ferret, no pigeons yet, and Skeleton is getting the snake, so he can defend this ferret. Ferret is being waved around a lot. He wants to get 2 up for a surprise sneak attack, but here are the snakes, and he immediately turns around. Does he want to challenge the snakes here? He's gonna challenge the snakes. Pingu, you're playing a dangerous game, my friend. He's in time to save those ferrets though. And now it's 2 farms versus 3 farms on the expansion. I think Skeleton has been slightly ahead in terms of income. Yes, here we see the graph. But now Pingu planting down 1 more farm than Pingu. Pingu planting down 1 more farm than Skeleton. Getting a lot of tier 1 up. And I don't see any pigeons. And actually, if you're playing snake versus snake harass, I like 1 pigeon warren if you're just defending. Alright. And Jet's talking about a little bit of mole balancing right now. And looks like Skeleton's getting a lot of snakes. Look at that. 6 snakes. But no tier 3. He really wants to use these snakes to try and get some extreme value, but the squirrels are gonna damage the snakes. No tags. High ground definitely helping out. No defender's advantage here. Out in the open. Falcons doing their job. Lots of squirrels. A very good trade for Pingu. And now the farm is completely open. And boom! That's how you win in Tooth and Tail. You just destroy your opponent's army and then kill his farm. Easy game. Jet Erickson is saying that there were too many snakes out on the map for Skeleton, and I would have to agree. It's really good for poking 2 snakes, for dealing with a badger 4 to 6 snakes. That could be good. But in a fight with falcons or skunks, you don't want to have as many snakes because they take too long to actually kill tier 1 units. The stacks don't really work for you. So let's see. That was actually Skeleton's last remaining life, which means that we've seen all of them games right now. And fun fact from the gentleman, the SkeletN actually played all of the matches out of order and played Pingu last, and he actually completely destroyed all the other players, but had a lot of trouble versus Pingu. And he's asking if I also cast Yoop, but I would love to cast Yoop right now, but my throat is pretty sore and I'm constantly coughing, you must have noticed. So I would rather do that some other time, if that's alright with you guys, and cut off the stream here. I also don't know how long Yoop's run will be. I'm guessing it's going to be rather long. Jet's asking if we can have Howling Bill. No, I'm sorry, Jet. I'm gonna take a break here. I love you guys, but I lost some of the energy I had at the start, and my throat hurts. So I would rather rest and do another stream. All right, and guys, thank you for joining the radio cast. I'm gonna give you some radio love. I don't know how to draw a radio. This is my radio. Alright guys, thank you for watching and have a good night. I hope to have you on the stream again when I cast Yoop's game, which I'm planning to do. And I'll catch you guys later. Alright, have a good night. Bye bye.